Okay, so the first question, you want to solve for x. So first thing you need to do is to get rid of the 5. Okay, you cannot multiply the 5 to the 2 because this has a power there, right? So what you can do is divide by 5 first. So once you divide by 5, you will realize that 80 divided by 5 is 16, which is a neat 2 to the power of 4. And then once you are there, then you can compare the power. So x is just 4. So sometimes it may not be the case where everything can be changed to base 2, but those numbers there can be gotten rid of. So just be careful about that. Okay, next one. They say, can you simplify this? So what you do is you can rewrite this as this first. And they never say you must change your answer to positive index notation. Actually, you can leave your answer like that. Okay, but if you want to go one step further, this has the negative power. So you can shift this up as x to the power of 3. The rest all stay where they are. So don't go and touch the 2. 2 doesn't have a negative power. So 2 stays where they are. And then you just have x to the power of 3, 2. Okay, but if you write your answer like that, it's also correct because question never say you must change it to positive index. So this is also okay. Okay, so a very common mistake y'all will make is y'all assume that this minus 3 is for both of them. So when you bring down, right, you bring down both. This is wrong. So this one, be careful. Don't make this mistake for WA2. Okay, next one. Danny invests 5,000, so that's P. And then pays compound interest. So this is the formula you will use. And it's in the first page. Okay, which is this formula that you see here. Okay, and then at an interest rate of 4.5% per year. So 4.5% per annum per year. And then you want to know the total interest. So they never say total amount, they say total interest. So don't get trapped by this question. So time is 6 years. I plug in everything into my formula. 5,000, 4.5, power 6. And then the answer that you get, to the power of 6, you will get 6511.30. This is A. So if you show me this, you get your first mark. But question wants interest only. So you need to go and minus the 5,000 for me. So that is the part where you all lose marks. So be careful. Don't lose marks unnecessarily. So 1,511.30 cents. Money is 2 DP. So make sure you leave your answer to 2 DP. So this is what I need to see for the second mark. So a lot of you stop here. So be careful. Read the question especially carefully for this type. Okay, next one. Question 3. Find out how many more people live in China than Singapore. So you need to first know billion is times 10 to the power of 9. Million is times 10 to the power of 6. So the bigger one is trillion times 10 to the power of 12. So all this you must know. So China versus Singapore, 1.5 billion minus 5 million. So once I see this, I give you your first mark. The answer is the other mark. So you get this. So go and shift your decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 1.495 times 10 to the power of 9. So this is your second mark. Okay, do corrections. Tomorrow, revise all the quiz that we have done and the past year paper. Can? Next one, or you're still doing correction? Okay, I wait. Done. This table is what you need. You must be able to recognize it's a compound interest formula. This is on the first page. This is given. Compound interest. Okay, so first formula is given. Simple interest is not given. Okay, next one. Find the average number of people per square kilometer living in New Zealand. So let's go back to the table. Okay, so I'm focusing on New Zealand now here. I want to find out the number of people per 1 kilometer square. So it's 4.78 million divided by 0.26 million. So the million don't matter because it cancels off. So if you go and calculate, it's 4.78 divided by 0.26. So you will get 18.38462. So final answer, you just have to round off to 3/6. So 18.4 people per square kilometer. So 3SF. Okay, next one. I want to find out the number of people living in Singapore versus number of people living in China. So Singapore is 5 million. China is 1.5 billion. So you just key this into the calculator. And then calculator will give you 1/300. So it's the same as writing this as 1:300. So the answer is just this. Okay, so I realized that some of you have some issues understanding the question. Rather than not knowing how to do, but you have some issues understanding the question. Okay, done? Okay, next one. We do it part by part. 30 divided by 25. If you want, you can just key into the calculator. Calculator will give you 6/5. Next one. P cube divided by P4. You subtract the power. It gives you P minus 1. And then the very last one. Q square and Q minus 3. You subtract the power. It gives you Q5. So the next step, you can leave your answer like that because question never say you must leave in positive index notation. But if you want to be neat, you can rewrite this like that. So everything that is the numerator goes on top. Everything that is denominator goes below. So this is the simplified answer. Okay, however, this is also okay. Okay, these type of questions are very common. Every of your WA2 paper always starts with this. So make sure you know how to do. Okay, do corrections, highlight your mistake. Wednesday, don't repeat the same thing. Okay, this one, they want me to write my answer 5 to the power of something. This is what it means, right? So I will rewrite this. 125 is definitely 5 to a power of something. What is it? 125 is 5 what? 5 cube, right? So this one, they want me to change it to 5 to the power of something. It definitely has to be changing this upward. So it's negative 3. Okay, next one. When it's square root, cube root, fourth root, root is always fraction power. So this little 3 tells me this is a 1/3. So it's just 5 to the power of 1/3. Okay, so all these marks must get. Cannot lose all these marks because these are the direct ones. Okay, then this is part of indices. What happened? Okay, next one. They say the number of passengers passing through Changi Airport was this amount. Can you calculate the mean number of passengers for each month? This is for the year 2016, and 2016 has 12 months, right? So they ask you for the mean number per month. You don't divide by 2. You divide this number by 12. Because you want to know what is the average number per month. So number of passenger per month. So a lot of you went to divide by 2. That's why you were wrong. So the whole thing divide by 12, you get 4525000. Question says standard form. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4.525 times 10 to the power of 6. So leave in standard form. Okay, for the final answer. Okay, so next they say, can you calculate the percentage of the year's passenger that passed through the airport in December 2016? So this one was for the full year. Full year 2016. This is per month. So assuming that one of the month is December, right? So this is the number for December 2016. It's 4.525 times 10 to the power of 6. Then in 20... Is this in 2016? Okay, this is the mean number. But the actual is 5.1 million. So they are asking you how much has it increased. So percentage increase is always increase over original times 100%. So how much increase? 5.1 minus 4.525. Okay, over your original times 100%. So can you go and do your calculation? Oh, wrong. Okay, so you will get a 12.7% increase. So this is the formula that has been tested a few times across the years. 9.39?
Yeah.
What number did I sub wrongly? Let me see. What number did I use right? Okay. 2 bank. Look at the question carefully. This is simple interest. This is compound interest. But quarterly. Oh, you're still there. Sorry. Make sure you know how to do. Usually one will be simple interest, the other one will be compound interest. So you definitely need to know how to calculate simple interest. So this formula, pen it down somewhere. Make sure you remember it for WA2.
Sure. Today I'll give you both simple and compound interest.
Today you will give me?
No, like during exam.
They don't give. They only give compound interest in the first page. That looks focus. Why every time when I'm talking, I will hear some other people talking at the same time? Too cold, then you're going to adjust the aircon. Don't hold hands. You're very weird one eh. Okay, can we start? This is important. Pay a close attention to it. There is always one question that asks for 2 and asks you to make a comparison. So first thing, this one, they tell you it's a simple interest question. So I will calculate principal amount is 70,000 times the interest rate 3.6 times 3 years. So all these info are given over 100. So if you key this thing into the calculator, you will get 7,560. Okay, next one. This is compound interest. But can you look carefully? They say compounded quarterly. So quarterly means you need to change your rates to a quarterly rate. And then you need to change your time to quarters. Okay, this one listen carefully. So first, principal 70,000. Okay, 1 plus R, right? Now your R is not 3.5. It's 3.5 divided by 4. It's a quarterly rate. So quarter means you divide by 4. The rest is the same. The next thing you need to change is years. Instead of yearly, it has to be by quarters. So in every 1 year, there's 4 quarters. So 3 years, there's 12 quarters. So this one times 4. So can you see the change will be that if your rate divide by 4, your time will times 4. So this is the thing that you all need to pay attention to. Okay, so if you key in everything correctly, you will get this as 77,714.24. So you, okay, just try to do some sense making here. This is 7,000. This is 70,000. Are you comparing the same thing? This is the amount, means it's P plus I. This is interest only. You cannot just compare these two and say, oh, bank legit is the correct one. No, you have to make sure you are comparing the same thing. So it's either you add P to this to find amount, then you compare them, or you minus P from this to find interest and you compare them. So you cannot start comparison here. So if you want, you can go and do this. Find A by adding this to 70,000. Then you get 77,560. Then we are comparing the same thing now. So obviously when we look, it seems that you should choose bank YOLO. Okay, since, no. You want to take up a bank loan. Oh, yeah, you want it to be as low as possible because it has lesser interest. So since it charges lesser interest, okay, of how much? You can use 7714.24 minus 7560. So of $154.24. So you want to choose the one that is lesser. So it's either you go and do this extra step here, or you do this extra step here by subtracting. So you see what is easier for you. Both are correct. So remember, you must be comparing the same thing. So interest with interest, A with A. So this type of question, you will see it for O levels. You will see it for WA2 as well. They will ask you to compare and make a statement. So make sure you know simple interest formula. Okay, so first thing first, always do your keep change flip first before you do any cancellation. Don't cancel anything unless everything is multiplied. Okay, so we cancel 16 and 4. So this one left with 4. Next one you want to cancel is the 3x. So I'm left with 2x now. Okay, next one that you can cancel. In fact, there's nothing else you can cancel already. Let's combine the numerator. So you have 4 and y to the power of 6. And then at the bottom, same thing. Let's combine. You will have 5 x squared. And then there's 1z here and 2z there. So altogether z cubed. So you can always combine and check whether you still can cancel some more or not. If cannot, then you stop there. Then now are you smiling to the BLD? Okay, so you double check, you cancel whatever you can, and then from there you do your working. So where is your first mark? Your first mark is when you do your keep change flip. You get your first mark. Second mark is the answer mark. So please work out your steps carefully. Okay, next one. Okay, next one, be careful. Negative power change to positive. You flip the fraction inside. So once I see this done, you get your first mark. Okay, flip the fraction inside and then change the power to positive. Okay, change to positive power. Okay, and then you flip the fraction inside. So once this step is done correctly, then you get your first mark. Second mark is to multiply the power. I have some of you who add the power. Then you get 12 and 1/3. This is multiply. So you multiply 12 to 1/3, you get 4. Same thing, this one, you multiply by 1/3, you get cube. And then 8, if you raise it to power 1/3, you don't get fraction. This is the same as cube root 8. Can you all go and press calculator? It will give you a nice 2. So, some of you miss out. You pretended that the 8 won't get the power 1/3. Okay, that's why you got it wrong. So this one is where you get your second mark. Can you all please make sure if you see a question like that, you know how to do. The numbers should get the power as well. Okay, to check your understanding, right? Let's do this. Let's try, Okay, can you do on your own, quietly on your paper? We will check in just 2 minutes time. Work out your answer, see what you get. Yeah, b to the power of 12. Okay, just to confirm your understanding. Oh, this one not a nice answer. Sorry, this one must be 64. If not, you won't have a nice answer, right? 64, my bad. Just change the number, no need redo. Okay. Okay, just do some quick sums. Are you all done? Cold, huh? Then you all go and adjust the aircon. Adjust it hotter, Okay, change to power 1/3. Okay. Don't disturb him, he's focusing. Why you call him like that? So disturbing. Okay, we go through. Okay, change to positive power. Flip the fraction inside. And then apply the power 1/3 to all 3 of them. So you get 4, B4, A2. Okay, can you see that? Everything should get the power 1/3. So this is from 12 times 1/3. This is from 6 times 1/3. Okay? So if you got it right, that means this type of question you are okay, Okay, next one. This one. Okay, in order for me to do this question, I need to change everything to base 2 first. So 2 cube. Okay, and then this is 2 square. This is 2 to the power of 1. So I'm going to combine the first power. 3a minus 3 plus 2a. So if you simplify the power, you get 5a minus 3 is 2 to the power of 1. So now that they have the same base, the power must be equal. So therefore, 5a minus 3 is 1. 5a is 4. A is 4/5. So some of you miss this out and you equal it to 0. It's power 1. So be careful. Can? Okay, make sure y'all can do all these types. All these you will see definitely for WA2. They just keep changing the numbers only. So make sure you can do. Okay, if you want to do sufficiently well for the paper, please make sure your indices is okay. Because the next one is coordinate geometry. Done. Done. Can Okay, next one. Coordinate geometry. It will definitely be tested. You need to know how to find equation of line. So the good thing is I can see that most of you know you need to find gradient of the line. So y2 minus y1. x2 minus x1. Then you press the calculator. It gives you a minus 4. Okay, so I will write the formula one more time. Gradient y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So gradient formula, please memorize. There's no other shortcuts for this. Okay, once you find gradient, between the 2 points that they give you, you choose one of them. So choose one of the points. So I choose point Q because there's no negative numbers. Okay, then you know gradient is minus 4. We will sub this into y equals to mx plus c. So x is 4, y is 3. So put it into the equation. So c is just 19. So don't stop here. I saw some of you found all this, right? Then you stop here. Okay, so don't stop here. Go and find the final equation for me. So equation of line PQ is y equals to minus 4x plus 19. Okay? So this one, if you get it right, you get your 2 marks. So please do it carefully. Okay, definitely tested, doing corrections or not. Focus, Zachary also. You are wasting your potential to do better. Okay, a lot of you know you can do a lot better than what you are doing right now. Okay, but you are talking in class. Okay, you all see Zachary like that, right? He out of 36, he got 26. He taught in class, but outside of class he's studying. So please help yourself by working harder. Okay, so you all don't think, oh, all your friends are talking, they are not studying, they are just studying behind your back. So please work harder. Okay, work harder. You need to do a lot better. So if you are sitting with your friends, right, you should be helping your friends to do better, but not pull your friends down. Okay, next one. Okay, this is the other concept that you need to know. Parallel means same gradient. Can you write it somewhere? That if two lines are parallel, it means they have the same gradient. They may not have the same y-intercept, but their gradient is the same. So for example, if this is the line, y equals to 2x plus 4. Cuts at 4 because of the y-intercept, right? The other line that they are talking about, the line L, it could be any line you see here with the same gradient. All of these lines that are parallel to it have the same gradient. I just need to find out what's the y-intercept. So, straight away, there's no need for you to find gradient anymore. The gradient is just this. Once you can recognize this, half of the problem is solved. You only need to use the point. So you see your point and your gradient, then you can find your equation already. So y equals to mx plus c. Plug in everything you know. So c is negative 16. So when you know y-intercept and gradient, you can find your equation. So this is equation of straight line. In fact, your line L. So every time the info that they give you helps you to find the equation. Okay, please make use of the info there. So chapter 3, right? You all just need to know that there's 3 parts to it. There's indices. There's standard form. Okay, and the last part is compound interest. So indices, there's altogether 9 laws. So you all just make sure you remember all the laws. Addition, subtraction, okay, division, multiplication. Then we have division. Yes. Okay, then we also have fractional power. Okay, a to the power of 0 is 1. A to the power of negative n, you can change. And then we also have power fraction. Okay, and then this means raised to power m. And then the very last one is when you have two same base equal together, the power must be the same. So this is the solving part. Okay, standard form, you just need to make sure that always everything, this A must be greater or equals to 1 but strictly less than 10. Okay, some other things about your standard form is the prefixes. Okay, make sure you remember them. Your nano. Do you all still remember all the prefixes? Okay, go and remember them. Compound interest formula is given. Okay, this is given. Simple interest is PRT over 100. Okay, just remember this one can change. This one can change as well. So if I say compounded quarterly, Then you divide by 4. And then this one you must times 4. So always do like that. Half yearly you divide by 2 times 2. Okay, then next one is of course your chapter 4. Coordinate geometry. Okay, coordinate geometry, you need to remember gradient. Gradient formula. Okay, and the 4 types of gradient. Positive gradient, negative gradient, horizontal, and undefined. Okay, undefined gradient is always an equation x equals to something. This one is y equals to something. Okay, one more formula. Yeah, y equals to mx plus c. This is gradient. This is y-intercept. Okay, and then the last formula is the length formula. So you just need to memorize difference of x coordinate square plus difference of y coordinate square. Okay, this one you just be careful that when the question say cuts x-axis, you will sub y as 0. Cuts y-axis, you will sub x as 0. So all this concept, make sure you know. That is all they can test you.